Hello everyone, and we are into the first final of the day. Randy's Kittens versus Team Fail Support. Whichever team wins this game will be advancing to the Sunday finals. Every team will fall down to a loser's bracket, and they will still have a chance to qualify as the second seed, but one of these teams is going to advance. They're going to have a shot at the big prize, and we're going to see probably a great game. Both these teams we've seen on stream already today. Last game was Team Fail Support with the massive Kog'Maw and Zillion and all the other stuff. And then previously we saw the Corki, the dominant Corki with the double support bot lane, the Seraphine, the other girl. What's her name again? Oh, jeez.
Senna?
Senna. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just wanted to say high noon because she was riding that sweet-ass horse. Sweet butt horse.
That wasn't even in that game.
I
think she was using a different skin in that game. It was in the Team Failed support game that it was a high noon Senna.
It's too good of a skin.
And also, I do want to mention we are into picks and bans. All four of those champions you mentioned are banned.
Why?
Or except for the Kog'Maw. The Kog'Maw is the only one you mentioned that actually went through.
Yeah, Kog'Maw, though, is one of those characters where most people aren't terrified of him. They're like, I can deal with a Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw's not the problem. It's X, Y, or Z.
All right. You said at the start of the game we wouldn't get her. We wouldn't need to worry that we've never played against this character or seen her before. Renata Glask being picked up. And
to me, picking up Renata Glask, gonna be interesting to see. Gonna be fun to see. We do see Mundo and Vayne. I wonder, are we gonna see the same top lane matchup that we saw from game one, the Vayne v Mundo in the top lane? Or is that gonna be our AD?
And that's a good question as we see the Caitlyn. Good chance that they might flex that Vayne up to the top lane just off of that Caitlyn Karma pick, because that is a brutal lane.
Yeah, Karma, one of the most frustrating supports to play against, in my opinion, especially a good Karma. If she manages to land those empowered Qs, they just take so much of your health away, slow you down. Caitlyn follows up with a trap or a zap or a bap, and no fun there whatsoever. Jungle's banned. Oh, wow. Jungle bans are likely to dominate the second round. We do see Kha'Zix, Echo. What else is going to be taken off the table?
We'll have to see here. And also with that Darius pickup, it does answer that question of where that Vayne's going.
Top lane, Darius is 80 carry.
Clearly, Darius is even better into Caitlyn than Vayne.
It's true. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. Very likely we're going to see that Vayne in the bottom lane, unless they're putting the Darius in the mid lane, which would be...
It is a possibility.
Everything's possible.
Yeah,
the world.
We do see the Ahri banned away. That's another thing. Talking about MSI a little bit today. That's been one of the top mid lane picks at MSI right now. Obviously, we're a couple patches past the MSI patch they're playing. I think it's 3 patches behind, something like that.
Wow, so far behind.
Two or 3 patches behind. But I don't think that Ahri's been hit too much in these patches. At least not to the extent that the Edmonton Open wouldn't be open to playing her.
We're always open to it.
Yeah.
We like fun characters that can kill people, and Ahri is one of them, but she's banned.
Yeah, she will be banned away. And I did want to talk a little bit about the Karma Caitlyn, because that's another pick that's been, like, that specific bot lane has been pick banned a lot in MSI, specifically because that is the Korean bot lane that has absolutely dominated the LCK this year. As we get the Lux Orianna mid lane.
Wow.
Looks
and
like.
There is so much range right now on Randy's Kittens. They've got Lux, Caitlyn, Karma. Mundo's a tank. He doesn't need the range, but he does throw the cleavers. And we got the monkey in the jungle one more time for specialty.
Yeah, no, that was a great pickup in the first game. Absolutely dominated on it, and unfortunately just absolutely bullied a Sylas throughout the first game. After a very stylish first blood.
Very stylish first blood.
We'll see.
And are we going to get the Graves here in the jungle? We are going to see the master of disaster, Graves, in that jungle. A lot of fun to play in the jungle. Knocks back the jungle creeps. Dash, shoot, dash, shoot, dash, shoot. He's a lot of fun to play. And he brings a lot of damage into the mid game, willing to be aggressive and forward. A lot lower range. When you compare these two teams, we've got massive long range backline here for Randy's Kittens, and then for Team Fail Support, a much more in your face team. And they do have the Orianna to help out with that.
Yeah, the only worry I have with this Orianna pick is usually with the Orianna, you want some kind of ball delivery system, and there really isn't a lot on this team.
Yeah, that's true. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Some Orianna balls, it really just depends on, does the other team give you an opening? What's your team awareness like? Are you more conscientious of how many people are around you? Do you know that you need to split a little bit more? It can be a little tricky, so...
Well, we'll have to see how that plays out. A classic matchup in the mid lane, Lux and Orianna. Those are two very old champions. We'll have to see how that goes in the classic Caitlyn Vayne matchup. The low range but high skill ceiling Vayne, and the long range bully of Caitlyn.
Mm-hmm. And we are seeing Brit Kitty is going to be on the AD again this time. We did see Brett was on the Seraphine previously, but more played as a carry than as a support. I'm pretty sure he was last hitting. So Brit Kitty will be last hitting this game. A little bit of a swap up in the bot lane.
I would hope as a Caitlyn that Britty Kitty is last hitting in this game.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see them flex back and forward what they're interested in doing down there. And we are back, boys and girls, back for Game 3 of the day. Winners Finals, Randy's Kittens versus Team Fail Support. Winner of this game is going to advance to the Grand Finals on Sunday. Loser will drop down to the loser's bracket, and they'll have another shot later today to see if they do manage to advance. Strong movement here from Team Fail Support, rushing down towards one single location. They do get spotted.
Kitten gonna be pushed on here.
He didn't mind.
Yeah, and I used to be a Lux player. I should know the spell names, but it's been 6 years.
Lucent Singularity.
Is that it? Yeah, Lucent Singularity. Yeah, the E. I know which button it is. I don't use the name as much as I used to. Takes that level 1, so good wave clear. Not a lot of CC though. Does have that slow, so that kind of keeps you safe on that early gank.
Mm-hmm. And if you do reach the opposing team, a slow across the team, AoE across the team, still super effective in that level 1 fight, as opposed to just bringing the snare. And it does give you that in-lane ability to start off strong.
Yeah, get a little extra harassment as Brett coming up. A little bit of a cheeky ulti Q.
Cheeky cheek. Yeah, the karma damage, pretty intense. Graves, one of those junglers that can normally do this camp without taking any damage, or pretty much any damage, but thanks to the Lux, not going to be the case this time around. Tax is here in the top lane. We are going to see a same match that we saw earlier. We saw the Darius for Hydrangea, and we saw the Mundo for Taxes on our stream games earlier today. So good to see both players who had strong performances on those champions playing against each other here in the top lane. Nice clean Q there from Hydrangea. Ooh, Kitten lands a snare. Damage there. 2 hits. Isn't able to weave in the auto attacks, unfortunately. A little too far away.
There we go. Sorry, relearning the keys a little bit on the spectator client. It has been a long time. We talked about it at the start of the cast that first league tournament we've had in almost a year.
Yeah, a year since our remote one, for sure. A little bit over a year. I think. Yeah, a little bit over a year at this point. And then
I know it was somewhere in between like May and July. That's what I remember. So
nice. So maybe not quite. Yeah. Brit Kitty getting extremely low here, though. Has to burn the flash. First blood going in through for the Vayne. Brett falling extremely low as well, too. Can they get the third auto attack? He is not going to be able to land it. Specialty from the backside here for the follow, if he can get onto them. But he is a little bit too far. Going to soak up some experience, take some last hits while Brit heads back to the lane. Kitten coming in, weaving in the auto attack. Lots of damage there onto the Orianna in that mid lane.
Yeah, did have the flash available specialty there, so there was a chance maybe a flash Q onto the Renata Glask, sitting very low there. Wouldn't have taken much to kill her, but decides not to try for that one. Would have been pretty much max range at that point.
Yeah, and she does have flash as well, too, so they may have traded flash for flash if that were the case. But all in all, a kill from what seemed like out of nowhere there in the bot lane for Team Fail support to start off this game.
Yeah, and that actually really helpful for the Vayne. Puts her up in gold here. I was trying to remember my buttons for the gold. There it is. There's the one I was looking for. 1586 to 11, so 400 gold lead. Like that is a Doran's Blade.
That is also how much money you get from First Blood.
Yeah,
exactly
First Blood. But Caitlyn sitting 23 gold, or 23 creeps, does have that minion advantage. Like even with that extra 400 gold, that range is still just very oppressive in that lane.
Yeah, and really what she doesn't want is she doesn't want Vayne to close distance. And that's what Vayne was able to do in that last engage. I'm not sure if Vayne landed a condemn onto a strange wall, but Tax is coming in here with lots of damage onto Hydrangea. Hydrangea pops his ghost, and flash is burned from both of them. Taxes makes the man pay. The government man will take his money and send you home, sir.
That you got there. You got there eventually on that one.
I got it.
Playing the proper for that name, the Taxes, you playing the proper mundo of Business Mundo. Corporate Mundo
needs quarterly reports.
Yeah, picks them up from Darius. I'm not gonna go for the name. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna try it.
Master Darius. Ooh, Kitten getting aggressed here from the jungler. So much damage coming through forward onto him, but no aggressive summoners here for Gangbanger. Not going to be able to push for the kill there, but Specialty coming around from behind.
Yeah.
Lower level, but higher health. Red buff as well, too. Going to be so hard for Antony to be able to get out here. Flashes the Lux ulti. Doesn't want to give Lux the kill. Chooses to burn his flash to give the kill to Graves instead.
To Wukong, I believe.
Oh, Wukong, sorry.
Graves is the one that died as
correct. Thank you.
Darius does go down yet again to Mundo. Taxes being collected in the top lane. Mundo just going where he pleases, and top lane is what he pleases.
Yeah, and the stock market may be crashing, but Mundo doesn't care.
Mundo is the reason the stock market is crashing.
100%. Guaranteed. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. And now Huang just picking up the CS as this lane does build up. The push into the bot lane tower. Yeah. That's probably, honestly, a really good spot to be in as a Caitlyn Karma lane, is getting this kind of a wave pushed in here. If you can thin it out a little bit and get a freeze going right in front of the tower, that could be a pretty oppressive setup to have.
Yeah, the Caitlyn down here really just looking to take what she can now. You do have that lane advantage early, but with that one kill coming out there early on, Kate just going to really focus on what she does best. Farm, get to mid-game. Farm, get to mid-game.
Yeah. And now it'll be interesting. We haven't seen the Renata Glask play today, and to be perfectly honest, I haven't seen her play at all. I don't know about you.
Yeah, same.
I have taken a look at what her abilities do, and I'm very excited to see the uses as the ganks come in here. The Shockwave going to bring Kitten in. Is it going to be enough to get the kill? The barrier comes out, and it's just enough for Kitten to stay alive in the mid lane.
Yeah, somehow they send 3 out of 5 for Kitten, and Kitten does manage to walk away. Has to burn both summoners to get out of there, though. Lots of shields. That's the thing about Lux, especially with Barrier. She's got the double stack of her own personal shield, and then she's got Barrier on top of that, slows. Very hard to gank, generally. That was a really good one, but Kitten still manages to walk away.
Yeah, and now Darius trying... Usually the lane bully is being bullied in this matchup and trying to get something going. Does peel away the Mundo passive, so that is an opportunity for maybe a gank in the next 30 seconds or so. As we do see, Graves was on the top side, has moved down to bottom. Specialty was also up there, so...
Yeah, Specialty on the top side of his map right now. He may play for a Rift Herald. Yeah, it looks like he is going to do that. Wukong with his clone, able to basically take almost no damage. Really easy for him also to pass through and get the hits onto the back of the Rift Herald. So Graves knows Graves is going to be on the bottom side of the map, chooses to take this time to aggressively take that. He could see all the other opponents on the map, so
yeah,
so long as he's not spotted, which he hasn't been.
Yeah, as Graves now coming down into the bottom lane. The flash forward by Renata Glass pulls Brett in. It will be enough to take him down. Trin picking up that one as now Tax is trying to collect onto Darius again.
Wow.
So much damage. Like,
Yeah.
Mundo is just... Mundo is not supposed to be doing this.
A surprising level of damage. That's what I would say there. I really didn't expect to see Darius's health just completely shrink there. But the play on the top side where Wukong picks up the Rift Herald is going to open the Dragon. Team Failed Sport aren't going to let that go. They're going to take the Dragon, making the first Dragon of the game for them. But in the top lane, wow, what's going on here? Gangbanger teleports in, kills the Rift Herald. They're both so low, but here comes Specialty with the knock-up. Gangbanger is going to be able to go on to Taxus here. Taxus is taking the tower, falling extremely low, but he's going to be able to walk away. And on the bot side, there's some action going on as well, too. Renata extremely low. Gangbanger wants to follow up here.
Yeah, Gangbanger not going to be able to find anything more there. We'll just collect the top lane waves there as...
Fancy
Graves
footwork.
trying to get onto Kitten here. Specialty is around for support. Graves able to just dash over the wall pretty easily there.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's a level 7 Graves. Wow. Graves really trying to make the damage work there. Doesn't quite have enough, though, to really make that happen, especially through Lux's abilities to slow, shield, snare, stop you from being right on top of her.
And I believe the barrier was popped in that exchange, too.
Yeah. Very short cooldown barrier.
Yeah, and...
Relatively.
Vayne taking a lot of harassment from the traps down in this bottom lane.
Yeah, and
that Caitlyn Karma really coming into play right now.
This is where Caitlyn Karma really are their strongest, is when they're pressed under the opposing tower. They can just throw anything at the AD. Sometimes the AD can't even come close enough to last hit the range minions, only able to get the melee minions. So really strong play from them there. Tax is here, just wow. Yeah, that's a surprising amount of damage. I wonder how many points he's decided to place into his cleaver. We can't find out, folks. We'll learn in the future. We'll ask him. We'll ask him, and we'll let you know. It does feel like he's got more than 1 point in it, though.
There we go. He does have
5 points. Yeah, so he is maxing
yeah.
cleaver first to start, which it makes sense as to why those cleavers are really hitting. And Tax is doing an excellent job of landing a lot of those cleavers. Oh, wow. The burn there from Taxes is going to activate the tower damage, so Taxes does take a tower shot there for getting to turn off his AoE.
Yeah. Now Graves coming in, does pop the Umbral Glaive, I believe, has that picked up. Gets that extra vision control, and that's such an important thing, especially when you're facing very strong opponents, is getting that extra vision control, having that kind of surprise advantage that you can get.
Ooh, and Specialty manages to pop the flash, doesn't get his ultimate off quite quick enough. So Gangbanger is going to be able to flash away pretty safely there. Specialty's ult is going to be burned for that. Oh, wow. And Kitten doing the trade here onto Gangbanger. Neither of them having enough damage to really threaten each other, though. And to me is in the area to collapse. He's going to find Specialty here. Not sure who's going to be able to win this duel. He is fighting the clone.
Yeah,
but he's got Caitlyn damage coming through. But wow, the Graves is the one with the damage at the end, and so much damage onto Kitten there on the backside. Trin popping in as well, too. Gangbanger there. It looks like they just want to disengage, but Brett might be caught.
Yeah, and Renata Glass pushing forward here with the rest of the team, and Brett going down, Huang picking that up, and the 4-man death ball rolling forward. Pretty Kitty will fall down for the double kill. Tower being tanked, but it's not enough. Kitten will find a kill on the backside. Get a little bit back with the Vayne kill.
Yeah, great snare there by Kitten, snaring him under the tower, getting that extra tower damage to make sure that the Vayne does go down there. But a really good rotation there from Team Fail support, moving into the jungle, collapsing with their jungler, who's playing so incredibly aggressively and does manage to get out at the end of it.
Yeah, and Lux almost picking up the Graves there, guessing wrong on which way the dodge was going to come out. That ulti, I'm pretty sure, would have been enough to burst down that last little bit of health Timmy had.
Yeah, Lux getting close to level 11 too. Luden's finished up on her. Orianna hasn't quite finished her first item yet. Going to be able to pick that up probably next base.
Yeah, falling a little behind there, going for that tier. Just delays you a slight little bit, but you get that extra endgame power, hopefully. As that does stack up. And Orianna, definitely one of the better tier stackers in the game.
Yeah, for sure. She can just constantly be throwing spells out. And really benefits from having to not have to worry about conserving her mana pool. So,
yeah. And as we get back into game here, we're sitting 5 kills to 5. Scuttle Crab looks like the next objective as Specialty jumps in. The Lux ulti comes out, misses everybody. Specialty having to run away from this one. Trin now going in onto Pretty Kitty as Brett comes down to help. Flashes the Condemn over just out of range. And Trin going to take a little bit of extra poke on the backside, but that is Randy's Kittens pushed off of the dragon.
Yeah, that dragon timing there for Team Fail support is really good. We do see Hydrangea is going to have to pop his ghost again. They're fighting Taxes, but Taxes is just so much healthier. Hydrangea in big trouble. I do not know why he flashed there. I feel like Taxes... I think he felt like the ultimate was still up, but the ultimate had been used by Darius. Strange play. He may know something I don't know. We did have the other team on the bottom of the map doing dragon, so he didn't have jungle pressure to worry about. But still.
Yeah, no, a really strange one. That was almost a free kill onto Darius, especially with the flash. Really nowhere for Darius to go there. But he does survive it, and you know, we can question it all we want, but it did happen, so you got to move on and see what you can make out of it. Which Darius currently down 40 CS and 2 kills.
Yeah. Oh, and Brett walking into the Graves there, especially coming from the backside, but he's just going to dash forward.
Yeah, not enough damage there to push off Timmy. As now Specialty's going to go down as well. So much damage there. I believe Huang dove through the tower and picked up the Caitlyn as well at the same time with Trin there. And Gangbanger. Kitten now all alone 1v2. Wow. The damage coming out from Timmy and Huang together.
Yeah, as soon as he pressed forward there, I knew he was going to be able to pick up the kill if he managed to land his stuff. He did pick it up. What a clean play there. Tax is very low, though, right now. Doesn't have... Oh, there. It's popped right now. Got the health coming back in, but you can see there with the Caitlyn, now that Vayne has an item, and she's got her full boots, she can just do so much damage in those engages. As soon as Vayne closes a distance to be able to attack Kate, it's just impossible for her to fight back against it.
Yeah, and I mean, you are sitting 5-1 and 2 on a Vayne. That's pretty strong place you want to. That's a pretty strong place you want to be, and might be the answer to this dominant Mundo in the top lane.
Yeah, it really may be. That might be exactly who they needed their gold to go on, but we'll see as the game progresses. Brett here moving aggressively onto Gangbanger. Does he have anyone to follow up? He does not, but Renata's coming in from the backside. Brett is now in danger. Randy trying to follow up with Kitten, but he's getting collapsed on now from the jungle as well, too. Taxus here is in the mid lane. Kitten getting so low, and he does fall. Finally, Antimy's damage has excelled. It's gone up high enough that he's able to pick him up. The red buff last tick is going to kill Kitten. But all those near misses Kitten had earlier are now going to be risks of death. Antimy has enough damage in his kit to be able to burst the mid laner at this point, which is not what Kitten wanted to hear.
Yeah, no, a very strong showing now coming out from Team Fail support. And we'll have to see how this game ends up. Tax is definitely going to be one of the characters to watch with that Mundo. Just absolutely monstrous in this top lane.
Yeah, he can literally just run into Darius at this point. Darius up this far, if he doesn't have anyone to help him, he is going to die. We are seeing that Renata and Wukong have... and Gangbanger were collapsing there on the top side. Brett here does spot out Antimy in their jungle. They do have some good defensive wards, Randy's Kittens, in their jungle, but Graves with that Umbral is going to be able to sweep so effectively as this game goes on.
Yeah, and now specialty cancels that ulti pretty quickly there.
Yeah,
I don't know if that
may have been an accident, may have been just trying to get maximum combo damage, and then get the crushing blow. Who knows? Yeah. Ooh, Kitten getting pulled in.
Coming out.
Okay. Trin doesn't land the snare there. Orianna Ball pulling him in, moving him out of the direction that he was anticipating. Hard to coordinate skills like that when you've got long-range skill shots mixed with movements or abilities that displace the opponent.
Yeah, no, definitely not the easiest thing in the world to coordinate. And especially something with like Shockwave where it takes a second for it to go off, and depending on where the opponent is based on the ball, you're going to go to a different spot, get pulled a different way, so, you know, that's a tough one to read.
20-minute mark has just been passed. Team Fail support and Randy Kitten's very close game right now at this point. A 3K gold lead for Team Fail support. 2 dragons on the board for them. 1 tower apiece for both teams. And we are seeing the 3rd dragon of the game, the Hex Dragon, pop up.
Yeah, and at the rate this game is going, we are in for the longest game of the day so far. So.
Yeah, very close game. We are seeing that Team Fail Sport have had strong control of his jungle, pushing into Randy's Kitten's jungle as well as keeping the 3 dragons. So they're going to have a win condition on the table for them with that 4th and Elder Drag.
Yeah, and this Mundo just pushing in the top lane. Like, no help is coming up there to deal with this Mundo. Like, I'm a little bit curious as to the move of putting Vayne in mid lane rather than trying to push this Mundo away from some of the CS.
I think right now, if you look at how much armor Mundo has, he's got the Frozen Fist, he's got the steel-plated toes, he's got the Thornmail, he's got the Wardens, he's got also a Doran's shield. He just has so much health and armor right now. It's going to be impossible for Darius to duel him, and even Vayne. I think if Vayne gets in close proximity with the slow from the Frozen Fist, Mundo is just going to be able to stick on her, and her short health pool will disappear next to that massive corporate giant.
Yeah, it's definitely a spot where Mundo is hitting that raid boss point where it's going to be tough for anybody to 1v1 him, but I think with the gold lead that this bot lane has, I think the 2v1 is definitely possible, and at the very least kind of push Mundo away from some of that CS.
And there you can just see the value of that Umbral Blade from Graves. He's just able to completely clear out all the vision for essentially free, for just a passive proc on his item, which is almost back up again. And now Randy's Kittens has no vision around the Baron pit. They do have to worry about the possibility of them doing a Baron. And if the case comes, I don't think they can rush it, but they do have Vayne. So Vayne is one of those characters that really puts out an insane amount of damage in that type of situation. So it is possible that Randy's Kittens could not expect the Baron damage that Team Fail Support can put out. And to me, aggressively, again, in the jungle. That's his Umbral up again. Brett tries to ward in, does manage to get a new ward, but Antony just immediately clearing it because of that Umbral, really maintaining the control over the game. Umbral, because they've managed to snowball, has just massively increased their map control.
Yeah, and as we do see Antony engage on to Brett here, the snare going to miss from Kitten as the disengage does happen. Ghost is popped.
But Taxes, have they seen Taxes? Taxes is now just running into the few people that have magic damage. Oh, Kitten falling extremely low there from Huang. Huang doing a lot of damage on the Taxes as well, too. Taxes not expecting it. There was no one who could hurt him before, but now, boom, all of a sudden he meets his nemesis, Miss Vayne.
Yeah, no, and both teams getting that extra speed boost from the supports, getting that engage and then the re-engage by Randy's Kittens there, but not quite enough is there for them to be able to really do anything against Team Fail Support here.
Yeah, Team Fail Support are going to go for this Baron here, and you can see it's already about 30% health. Brett is popping in the backside. Specialty moving into the pit, doing some damage. Tax is trying to pop away, but he can't. Darius is going to sacrifice himself to stop the teleport. He doesn't even sacrifice himself. He might actually get his first kill. No, but Tax is... Oh, he does! He takes it out. Wowzers.
I do have to question the way Darius goes about that. Popping that ulti very early in that fight. The fight did last long enough that Darius did get the full amount of stacks on there. Probably could have lived through that fight if he holds on to that ultimate just a little bit longer, gets that little bit of extra damage from the multiple stacks. But, you know, being able to take down that Mundo, that's a big deal. That's a lot of gold coming back to your team.
Yeah, that was a massive takedown there in the bot lane. Baron isn't going to be able to be picked up from Team Fail Support, but they don't lose everyone. So often when you'll attempt a Baron, if you don't get it, your entire team gets massacred. But Team Fail Support is able to back away and maybe stopping that base plus TP is the reason.
Yeah, and now we do see both the teams gearing up for this fourth dragon of the match.
And here she comes, Kitten on the side. Gangbanger as well, too, on the side. Both of them looking for an angle here. Tax is sitting in the front.
And takes a good chunk of damage from that Orianna. Not a lot of magic resist there yet.
Randuin's Omen is completed on Taxes, so Gangbanger, oh my lord, knocked up, trying to look for an opportunity to get a ball, but he hasn't had an opportunity yet. Taxes might get balled here. He's throwing it out. Taxes goes down. The front line of Randy's Kittens completely massacred.
Oh
Gangbanger's burning and walks back in. Brett picks him up.
Yeah, that was the ability from Renata Glass. Does give your teammate a little bit of extra life to work, like a full life bar to work with, but it burns away quickly if you don't pick up a kill while you're doing it. So that is why he pushed back in, because he would have died no matter what if he doesn't get a kill there.
Yeah, Brit Kitty doing some work here, really putting up the damage he needs to do. Huang walking himself in. He's in big trouble. Pops his flash, has to get out of there. Dragon's down to under 3k. They really want to pick this up. Antimede wants to go for it. He's extremely low now. Dragon is starting to reset, but they do pick it up. Enough damage to burst it as it resets. First dragon of the game for Randy's Kittens, and the fourth dragon deny from denying Team Fail Support that fourth dragon.
Yeah, no, that is big, especially with this Hex Tech Drake going on. I haven't gotten to play around it much, but all I heard throughout this season was how broken this thing is.
Yeah, so the Hex Gates are really fun. Once they get added to the map, they increase your ability to just move. We don't see people making much usage of them right now, but when you can close so much distance, gate to blue buff, and then gate from blue, into like Baron. That's really, really fast. That's basically like throwing the cannonballs back in the game.
Yeah, and that's almost like you get that kill when you normally get that kill like off in a side lane somewhere, and then you get that free push onto Baron where you have the team advantage as Taxis now going to work onto Darius again. That matchup still not good for the Darius.
Yeah, and you can see Taxis there on the Mundo. He's weaving in between. He auto attacks to kill the minion. He immediately throws a suitcase. Darius gets hit with the suitcase. He immediately presses onto him. Darius has to pop his ghost just to reduce the movement slowing effect so that he can get out of there before Mundo tanks the tower and kills him. He has 1,700 armor. All he has is armor right now. The tower's not threatening.
No, and now we do see the teleport up to the Baron. There is a 4-man stack.
Wow.
Karma coming up a little bit behind, and now Team Fail support going to try and collapse onto this Graves in the top side here. Tax is going to pop the ulti, run in here, not going to find anybody with the briefcase. That's a pretty big ultimate. It's a short cooldown, but that Mundo ultimate being down is a big deal.
Yeah, that is a big deal for sure. Randy's Kittens there were really trying to force something at that point. There's no objectives really that they can contest on the map right now. Really tried to force that play, not able to pick anything up. Was that teleport also from Mundo there?
Yeah, and that was the teleport burn from Mundo. Or, sorry, from...
Oh, wow. Great engage from Specialty there onto Gangbanger and Anthony. Gangbanger falls down really quickly. And then we do see Vayne on the backside, but she's not able to get her damage through. Renata getting caught by Taxis a little bit.
Yeah, Trin going to push forward with this.
Wow, the snare onto
damage
Vayne.
Coming out onto Wang. The Berserk coming through, and Rampage coming out for Wang as he goes back in. Will get Graves gets shut down by Specialty here. It is a 2 for 2 so far.
Wow, this is a very scary situation to be in for Randy's Kittens.
Well,
Everyone
the flash
extremely
forward
low.
by Kitten, not going to find any of her skill shots, and Specialty going to have to try and carry this through as Darius brings down the hammer, dunks onto Specialty, and that will be likely the Baron as the ace comes out.
Wow, that was just exactly what Randy's Kittens did not want to have happen there. They go for the aggressive fight in the mid lane. It doesn't quite work out for them. They try and retreat in the jungle, and unfortunately they do split, and everyone on Team Fail support manages to stay alive, and they all go down. Everyone extremely low in that entire fight there, and they're also going to lose the Baron as a result. Unless Kate can pick up a kill? Not quite.
No. I believe it was blocked by the Darius there.
Not just the Dunk Master.
No.
Also a real bro.
Yeah, 2-6-1. Darius trying to do what he can for the team, but it's not, not a favorable position for Darius.
Yeah, Darius had an extremely hard lane. He did go for the early Executioners to try and give him something to work with, but there was nothing to work with. Taxis has been landing his suitcases all over the place. Briefcases. In these cases.
Now Dragon
spawning. Antony walking on to Taxis. Taxis not sure where the opponent team is, though. He's not confident to be able to start this fight. Dragon coming up here right away. We are seeing teleport come in from Gangbanger to get himself into position.
Yeah, Dragon sitting 17 seconds away. And now Caitlyn ulti coming up. All the ultis on both teams available.
Wow.
Ultis popped by the bot lane of Team Fail support as now Specialty in the backline trying to do something, but Huang is already ripped through the team. Triple kill for the Vayne as all 5 fall. The ace coming out. That's a quadra kill. And the Dragon will go down. That is the 4th Drake, the final Drake. Elder Drake will be available next. But will it spawn before this game ends? That's a big question. 10 seconds left on the first character. This will likely be an inhibitor going down with that Baron buff, with the 4 dragons.
Yeah, Vayne 13-1 now at this point. 13-1-4. And the reason why Vayne can just pew 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 in that team fight is there are so many threats on Team Fail support. Darius does the job of being the shield, and he just jumps himself into the whole team, making it really hard for them to know who to focus on. He says, focus me, focus me, focus me. And meanwhile, they have to worry about Gangbanger. They got to worry about Antony. And Hwang is just there dealing out massive amounts of damage with all the attack speed in the world.
Yeah, if we could put up one of those in-game damage charts, I absolutely would right now, because it was absolutely massive coming out of Hwang there. 13, 1, and 4 on that vein. 15,000 gold. I believe the highest in the game here, as with a quick survey.
Yeah, Hwang has a lot of damage, a lot of gold, the ability to make himself invisible, and a team that's threatening that you can't ignore. So you can't just ignore his front line.
Yeah.
And what a pull there by Hydrangea, pulling him over the wall. Brett forced to burn his flash there to stay alive. Tax is getting caught up by Antony and by Hwang. You see how low he goes. The Mundo
damage.
The Mundo is no mo. The Mundo is gone. Wow. All the armor he could possibly purchase in the game. Every dollar spent on health and armor. Gangbanger goes over the wall. Kitten in his face. Antony does manage to pick it up. Antony in a vulnerable position, though, right now. Specialty spitting on his body. Does pop him down. Maybe a little bit too aggressive. Hwang has now made it into the fight, though. And Hwang just does not care. The super minions are there.
34 minutes, longest game of the day officially, but we do see Team Fail support picking up the victory in a very dominant late game here, and they will be moving on to the Sunday playoffs.
Yeah, congratulations to Team Fail support. Great game from both teams. Really exciting to watch. Team Fail support is going to advance to the finals on Sunday. Congratulations to them. Randy's Kittens are going to drop down to the losers bracket. They're going to have a 1-game wait, and then they're going to get their second chance to qualify for Sunday in the losers finals today. And looking here now at the scoreboard after the game, no surprise, Hwang out and above. Damage Delta Champions, 30K. Okay.
Yeah.
Tax is close behind, though, at that 24K mark. Holy Mundo.
I feel like that is not what you want to see, but incredibly, like, Taxes was a monster on that Mundo.
Yeah, really, really clean play. Missed some briefcases, but you're literally throwing them every 4 seconds. So, of course, he's going to miss some briefcases. Lands a lot of clean ones. If you just watch, if you go back and watch in that game how he weaves the Qs through as he last hitting the minions to start his attack, it's obviously methodical. It's not random. Really, really clean play there. But unfortunately for Taxes, the bot lane just went off. Hwang, massive game, 15, 1 and 6, 21 KDA. All the gold in the world.
Yeah, and I mean, you also have to shout out Drin on the Renata Glass, 22 KDA, 4-0 and 18. It's hard to notice it, like, because it's very much single target CC. Outside of that ultimate, we saw it coming out in a lot of the late game fights. I believe Caitlyn kept getting hit by that Berserk, so you spend a few seconds just attacking your own teammates, and that really hurts your team.
Yeah, it really does.
Well, literally.
Yeah, well played by Trin as well, too, on that support in the bot lane. Great game overall, really exciting, a lot of action. One for the books.
Yeah, but today's games are not yet in the books. We still have 2 more matches to go through. We will be moving down to the lower bracket, fighting for that last spot from today to make it into Sunday's playoffs. There will be 3 more qualifiers available for you to join in if you're interested. Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Saturday night qualifiers for playoff Sunday here at OverKlocked Gaming. Come on down if you got a team. Give it a shot. We've got teams of all skill levels playing, at the tournament today.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I always do love about these tournaments is we do get all the different skill levels that come out. They get to compete. You might not win if you're in lower tier, but you get some experience against some really great players, and all of them are really friendly as well, too. Definitely ask them, how did you kill me so much?
Yeah, no, that's a great thing about this Edmonton community. All the players here are... They might BM you a little bit, but at the end of the day, if you treat them with respect, they will treat you with respect back. And, you know, if you get your ass beat, you can ask for advice on how not to have that happen next time, and they'll likely give it to you.